Hi everyone. Today we will be studying about SQL versus NoSQL somewhat deeper. Let's keep the heading SQL versus NoSQL. So first thing first. Yesterday we have discussed that SQL is something like Excel sheets and NoSQL is something like file structure or file cabinet. So today one more thing, this is what yesterday we have been studying. And what else you have been studying about SQL? Once we shall brush up. If you see SQLs, they are something like structured tables with predefined schemas, right? And what is one more point? How do they have relationships? Via what? Foreign keys. Relationship between two tables. And one of the important properties, ACID transactions is supported by SQL databases. Very useful during bank transactions in real life example. It's a one more thing, standard language across database, standardized language across all DBs. Now these are the points about SQL. Now if we look into NoSQL, flexible schemas, right? One second. Flexible schemas. And what else? For optimized for specific access patterns, data access patterns. One thing is like fast lookups. We use key value kind of DB, that is mostly Redis. And one more thing is like, for let's say we need horizontal scalability, it's better to use NoSQL itself, because Postgres or MySQL doesn't work well in horizontal scalability case because of I'll tell it later. And one more thing is like, yeah, that's it. And a contrast to ACID transactions in SQL, here we'll be having eventual consistency. Some can provide strong consistency also, so we can't say it's always eventual, it's often. Yeah. Now these are what, and some more things we shall see. For SQL, if you again see, one second, we shall increase it now only. SQL database strengths, if we see, first thing, what ACID properties, right? What is second thing? Whenever we are having some complex queries including joins, where groups and all these things, grouping, joins and where clause, all other things are there, SQL helps us a lot. Window What else? We know that strong consistency, that is okay. And yeah, if we come to that ecosystem, it's like it has been developing since decades. No, it has been developed, yeah, being developed, we can say, being developed since decades. So it has too many good tools and expertise. Comparatively, NoSQL is younger when compared to SQL. Yeah. So thumb rule. One thumb rule, if we see here, if data has clear relationships, need complex queries, and ACID is also required, and schema is stable, then go with SQL. Now if we see NoSQL database types, let's see about types. One thing is document DB, very famous, like something nested. Nested it kind. Now if we see about yeah, JSON like documents, we can see for what is this good. Good for profile data, user profile data, and contents. If we see the other thing is like key value store. So we shall discuss examples for this. For document DB, that is MongoDB is a very good example, and one more example, like which is not too famous, but I mean you might have not heard, that is CoachDB. If we say about key value store, examples will be Redis. This is a very famous, and one more thing is DynamoDB. Now, yeah, what are useful for this? I mean, usefulness here will be obviously key value pairs. Fast for lookups. When do we need faster lookups? Generally, user login sessions, right? To get session data or token data, whatever it is, for user login sessions. And also good for caching. Mostly Redis is used for that. One other thing is like wide column structure. Wide column store. For these examples are Cassandra, DB, and HBase. they have like rows with dynamic columns. Generally, it is used for IoT data, right? And also for time series data. I mean, like which are continuously data is logging continuously, something like that. So during that time, this is very much useful. IoT data also is something like that only. They continuously log, like those devices continuously send the data, or let's say some meters are there, they continuously read the temperature there, and they always send data to its server, something like that. Now graph database. It has nodes and edges. Simple by the name. Where do is generally in way. Let's say if you want to find friends of friends, if you use SQL, then it should have to query multiple rows. Like it includes for to find a friend of a single friend, it needs to go do too much of complex queries. You if you see that you will be understanding like it should do multiple joins, so that will be very high, I mean very high processing thing and very high latency. So at that time this graph database is generally used. So perfect for social networks and also recommendations. You generally get movie recommendations or something, YouTube recommendations which are suggested to us. They actually use graph database there. Not all, but yeah, some people. Now let's do some comparison table for them. If we say where is this, yeah, comparison table. I don't think there is a table here. Sorry. We shall go with the normal text only. Comparison table. Let's say schema. First, if we see schema for SQL, how it is fixed and predefined. So for NoSQL, flexible and dynamic, right? Now if we see scaling, if you need vertical scaling only, yeah, then SQL is perfect in that case generally. And for NoSQL, then if you want horizontal scaling, go for NoSQL. Consistency, strong asset and eventual consistency. Here they follow one more property called base. I mean we'll be looking into this in further videos, but as of now remember something, eventual consistency only. And now if we see for queries, it can do complex joins, right? It will do simple lookups. I mean it is the design principle is like that. It is designed for simple lookups. Yeah, and if we say best for, yeah, I have been saying sorry, something has happened, it's not going back. 1 second. Yeah, if I say transactions, yeah, this one is everyone you can see, and analytics. And NoSQL is best where scaling and flexibility is the main concern. Let's get some more clarity with the questions. I mean, with some needs. Let's say need asset transactions. What will you use? SQL. If data has complex relationships, what will you use? Obviously SQL. I mean, mostly you should use SQL only. Let's say need horizontal scaling. What will you use? NoSQL, any NoSQL database. Depending on the on schema or simple value lookups, we will decide which type of NoSQL is needed there. See here, if schema changes frequently, what will you use, man? Here we will be using document DB, document store or document DB, example MongoDB or CouchDB. And for simple key value access, what we will be using is damn sure we will be saying Redis or DynamoDB. Yeah. So conclusion is that choose based on access patterns. Choose based on access patterns, not their hype. Thank you for this video.